Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite Battle Royale video. In tonight's video, we are going to be talking about the Season 8 Week 10 challenges which have been leaked, what they are going to be, what to expect, and a full guide on how to complete each and every single one of these challenges in tonight's video. If you guys could smack a like on this thing, that would be very, very much appreciated. Let's go for 681 likes. If you could hit that, that would be amazing. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and basically we're going to get right into it. But before we do, these challenges have been leaked. The Week 9 and the Week 10 challenges were basically leaked with this big patch update we got the other day, and most likely these challenges won't change because it's Week 10, the season is winding down, but I still know a lot of people care about these challenges and of course want to get full completion or complete these to grind up the last couple tiers of their battle pass to get certain unlocks before of course we go into the next season. So these challenges, like any other week, when they are leaked, because they don't come out until like a week from now or 6 days from now, they are subject to change, and Epic could change any of these challenges, although I think that the majority of them will probably stay the same. If any are changed, I will leave in the pinned comment down below talking about the changed ones and how to complete it. But let's get right into it and talk about the Season 8 Week 10 challenges. Now, honestly, for this week of challenges, they're pretty easy, I would say. Like any week of challenge, when there's easy ones, some of them are still tedious and you have to go out of your way to do it. But let's get started and talk about these challenges. Now, first one we have to talk about right here is going to be it's a stage challenge to harvest wood, harvest stone, and harvest metal. And it's going to be 500 wood in a single game is one stage, 400 stone, and 300 metal. So for this, honestly, my tips and tricks for this would be, if you want to harvest 500 wood, that is pretty much very, very easy. You can land in any foresty area or any area with a bunch of big trees around, and farming up wood is very, very simple. So I don't think farming up 500 wood will be very hard for many players. Land in a foresty area, get that one complete very, very quick. Harvesting stone, for this one, there's a couple locations. There's one by the pirate camp up in the middle north of the map, the center north of the map, top middle, and basically where that one has a couple of these rocks that are super duper valuable for getting stone. But honestly, there's rock gardens all over. There's a couple on either side of fatal fields. I'm someone that likes to drop fatal fairly consistently, and those are great for harvesting stone, so I think that's the way to get that one completed. And then when you have to harvest 300 metal, a lot of people are probably going to be going to Junk Junction for this, so it might be a little bit crowded over there, especially because another challenge involves Junk Junction as well, which we'll talk about in a second. But I think that there is like the one place by retail where it's the RV park, or a bunch of other locations where you can harvest metal, and you only have to harvest 300 metal, so they've scaled it sort of with, which ones are easier or quicker to harvest. So that's going to be your first challenge here. Next is going to be to eliminate opponents at tilted towers or the block, and this is going to be 3 opponents. This one, of course, a very, very easy challenge. You have 2 options of where you want to go, and all you need is a couple of eliminations, 3 eliminations, and it doesn't matter if it takes you 1 game and you get the 3 kills in the first second, or if it takes you 500 games, you're just getting absolutely wrecked. As long as you get those 3 kills, this challenge will be complete, and a fairly easy one on that one. Next is going to be to deal damage with an infantry rifle or heavy assault rifle, 500 damage. Now, of course, you're going to have to do it with an infantry rifle, which the new infantries, the gold and the purple, I think are pretty dope. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the other ones, which are a bit of the lesser colors or not as good. The colors that green and blue, which just aren't as strong as the purple and gold weapons. And but then I also think that you can do this with a heavy assault rifle, which is the AK-47, which my opinion on the AK is, if you can hit headshots and if you're accurate, and it does seem like the aim assist, if you are playing on console, sort of sucks in with a little bit more with the AK-47 or heavy than it does with the other weapons. I don't know if that's just me, but it's hard to, you can't just hold down on that like you can with the blue AR, and especially for moving targets, I find the AK and the heavy just aren't as good as the normal AR. Honestly, but they still are great weapons for fighting. For actual gunfights, those 2 weapons are ridiculous, and that's perfect because this challenge involves 500 damage, so you're going to be having to use them in actual gunfights. So a good challenge that will let people who who only use normal ARs to test out those other weapons and give them a go. Next challenge is going to be to launch through flaming hoops with a cannon. Now, honestly, on this one, I don't really know what it's going to be. There's a chance that this challenge is replaced, of course. Like I said, disclaimer, any of these challenges challenges could be changed up until next week when they do get released, because Epic does like to make last minute changes occasionally. But launch through flaming hoops with a cannon. Not really sure what's going to be happening with this one, but basically if this challenge does exist, there will probably be, I mean, we've had challenges before with flaming hoops you had to jump through with go-karts and different stuff like that. I think it'll be very, very similar to that. And of course, they will probably be located around where a lot of these cannons are located, so people can get the challenges done fairly simple. I don't think they're going to try to make it overcomplicated if that is the challenge, if that one is not changed. Next is going to be to search the treasure map signpost found in Junk Junction. And I'm not sure where this signpost is going to be. I don't think it's there yet. When it was the treasure map in Paradise Palms, I believe it was there, or people knew the location before it was actually released. But with this one, I'm sure maybe the location will come out very soon. But as of right now, there's going to be a treasure map signpost found in Junk Junction. And then what it's going to lead to, which actually has been leaked, and if this does stay accurate, if this isn't changed, this is what the map is going to show, of course. But for the first stage of it, you have to go and find the actual physical map in Junk Junction, which will probably be up on a wall somewhere, up on a post right next to a wall. Then you search that, this should pop up, and then of course Fatal Fields is where this location looks like it's going to be. You can see the arrows pointing north, so it means that that stuff is facing up on the map, and that looks exactly like the Fork Rock sort of area right by Fatal Fields. So that is where, of course, you're going to find whatever you need to go and search to complete that next challenge. Of course, there is chances that these could be changed, but it looks like that one is what it's going to be. Next is going to be to deal damage within 10 seconds of landing after using a volcano vent. Now, with this one, it's pretty interesting because this is one that I think people are probably going to have a little bit of a tough time with. This one and the launching through flaming hoops, which the launching through flaming hoops we don't really know too much about right now, but the dealing damage within 10 seconds of landing after a volcano vent. This is something that, it's a play that if you're an aggressive player, you've done before many times, but the volcano vent's located, of course, around that Lazy Lagoon sort of area, Lazy Lagoon down to Dusty, and in that sort of area, there is a lot of fights that go on in that area. And you can use those to sort of swoop in on players like you could with a Rift to Go or a Rift, and just go up in the sky and look down, find a player, and swoop in. I've done it many times, and that's probably the best way to get this complete. You have to do 100 damage. So if you swoop in right on a player and go for that shotgun shot, if you have decent accuracy and a good shotgun, you should be able to get that done. And of course, that is the best way to do it. I think, honestly, when a challenge comes out like this, though, everyone adapts to it. Everyone is going to be floating around. Like when the zipline challenge, let me know in the comment section down below. Did you guys see people like just randomly floating or flying across zip lines trying to do damage to you or get in fights with you? Because that was happening to me a lot. And I think, of course, with week 10, maybe people won't care about the challenges as much, but it looks like that's what it's going to be. Next one is going to be to eliminate an opponent from closer than 5 meters away. Now, this one looks like you're going to have to do it maybe twice or eliminate a couple of opponents, but closer than 5 meters away is pretty much you have to be right next to the person. Now, you're going to get these eliminations, especially if you land tilted towers, pick up shotguns, and usually if you're in like a big build fight late game with pump shotguns, these sort of fights don't happen as much, but early game where you sneak into someone's build with attack shotgun, or you sneak into someone's with the SMG and just spray them down, that's where a lot of these fights really happen that are closer than 5 meters away. It can happen late game as well, but it's more likely in the early game. But of course, this is another one that most likely you will get done naturally. Unless you're a super duper passive player, this is one that would probably get done naturally. If not, definitely land in more populated areas and go for quick fights off the start inside of buildings where people can't really build to create distance between you and the other player. Inside of buildings or tilted towers, that's the areas where you're going to be able to get closest, the easiest, and be able to do that damage. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you guys could drop a like on this video, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Like I said, if anything does change in the challenges, I will leave it down in a pinned comment once I am aware of that. Smack a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and enjoy the rest of this win here. If you guys want to stick around for like another minute and watch it, I get a very, very nice victory royale here for the second one of the video. And if not, it's all good. I appreciate the support. Drop a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you can have a chance to get first on all my future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.